female is the one who has to bear, take care of the child, nourish him for 9 months. Jupiter is the planet which signifies childbirth. In Vedic Hindu astrology, house number 2, 5, 11, they are responsible for childbirth. And what is the best time to conceive a child as per astrology? Namaste everyone. In today's video, I like to discuss about childbirth and what is the best time to conceive a child as per astrology. So a lot of couples, they go to professional astrologers and bring their birth chart for them to analyze and see what are the proper major planetary periods where they can have ease of childbirth and which periods can they feel certain challenges. In this video, I will discuss certain Hindu Vedic astrology rules which you can implement if you are looking to conceive a child. And in the later part of the video, I will pick up certain horoscopes or birth charts to discuss implementation of these astrological Vedic rules. So first is Jupiter is the planet which signifies childbirth. So as astrologers, when we are studying client's horoscope, if a couple is getting married, Venus is the significator of marriage. Whether it's a boy or a girl, we have to see the condition of Venus. Same when we are looking for childbirth, Jupiter is a planet. As astrologer, we focus first in the girl's chart or female's chart and the male's chart. Second is 5th house in a horoscope signify children. So if that house is aspected by malefic planets or not strong enough, then people will have challenges conceiving or giving a childbirth. If you have a second child, then we go look at the 7th house. If you have a third child, then we go for 9th house, so on and so forth. Third basic principle is, as astrologers, we put 80% emphasis on female's horoscope. Why? The reason is, female is the one who has to bear, take care of the child, nourish him for 9 months. For boys' chart, we put 20% emphasis. Then there are certain rules. First is basically we have to see what is a suitable time for them to conceive a child. So we'll look at different dashas, antradashas of planet. So what is a dasha? A dasha is basically a period of planet where it rules your life. So in Hindu Vedic astrology, we have 9 planets, and all these planets, especially in their dashas and antardashas, these 2 or 3 major planets, they decide lot of events, and it helps us predict with pinpoint accuracy about these childbirth, marriage and all those events. For example, Rahu major period runs for 18 years. Saturn major dasha runs for 19 years. Venus transit or dasha, it runs for 20 years. Ketu period is for 7. Jupiter is for 16, so forth, all these ones. So sometimes what we see is a planet, is showing good houses during certain, transitory or during these dashas, and suddenly the dasha changes and the same couple will have hard time conceiving the child. So it's very critical. As astrologer, we focused on dashas, antardashas of these planets and see which houses they signify. In Vedic Hindu astrology, house number 2, 5, 11, they are responsible for childbirth. 2nd house signifies family. 5th house signify children. 11th house signify fulfillment of wishes. 9th house is general luck. It is also supplement house which can also help conceive a child. So when I'm looking for dashas, antardasha and studying client's horoscope, I want to see these houses in each and every planet, whether it's nakshatra level, sub level. So we will discuss more in details in the later part of the video. Second thing is, similarly, there is bad houses which are malefic houses for childbirth. Those houses are 1, 4, 10, because first is 12th from 9th. So as we talk about that, second house is family growth. So 12th house from that, negate that house. So basically first, fourth, 10th house, if a planet is signifying those kind of houses, those couple will have very hard time getting a child birth. And if somebody at the same time planet is showing houses 6, 8, 12, it also shows losses, and during those periods or transits, we can expect complications leading in pregnancy. Females have health issues, miscarriages, and certain time they can have abortions as well. So Vedic astrology is a very accurate tool which can help counselor clients, and also they can plan, so they will have less highs and lows during pregnancy periods. One very critical tip I get from my gurus, my teachers, and after reviewing hundreds of horoscopes of clients and celebrities, I have noticed when a couple is getting married, within frame of year or two, if they want to conceive a child, the probability is really high. Why? Because in our Hindu Vedic astrology, the houses which signify a marriage, for example, 2 is family, 11th is fulfillment of wishes, 5th is romance, 7th is marriage. So we take the same houses 2, 5, 11 as a childbirth. So if you're getting married, it's a big deal, and those planets have to be aligned for marriage to happen. So if you're going to that dasha and you want to conceive child within a year or two, there's a greater probability, provided there's no other issues in the girls or boys horoscope. That's just a tip. So sometimes, yes, it is important in today's society for young couples to plan for childbirth down the line, but it's just astrological tip. We see a lot of times couples get married, then they wait for kid for many years, and those configurations don't line up, and they struggle and end up going for IVF and those kind of treatments whose success rates are very, very low depending what your age is. And in some studies they said if you are a young female, it can be as low as 25 to 30% success rate of a live birth, and as the female get older, the success rate declines. There's a lot of studies, you can Google, read on those things. Another important thing to understand is Jupiter is considered major benefic. In Hindu astrology, we say Jupiter gives, drishti is amrit. Amrit is nectar, drishti is where it is aspecting. So Jupiter aspect, 5th house, 7th house, and 9th house from where it is sitting. So wherever Jupiter is looking in a horoscope, he is the greater benefic planets. So even in some horoscopes, if we don't see the combination of these children signifying houses 2, 5, 11, still you can have childbirth if Jupiter is sitting in a prominent situation in the horoscope. We will discuss that in detail. Another one is when I see in female's horoscope houses in the planets signifying 1, 4, 10, it just means some health issues, meaning the female might have some egg formation problems. She could have issues related to her periods, miscarriages, and abortions. That's what we can see in female's horoscope. In male's horoscope, if the planet is signifying during those dasha antradasha houses 1, 4, 10, all I can tell is maybe he has issues with low sperm count or low quality sperms. So at the end of the day, since female has to carry pregnancy for 9 months, so it's very critical for us as astrologers to focus the next 9 to 12 months to make sure the mother and child is healthy and there's no complications, and astrology can pinpoint certain things to help the clients. So in astrology, as I mentioned, Jupiter aspect 5th house, 9th house, and 11th house from where it is sitting. So, that aspect make it easy for somebody to conceive a child. And another rule in astrology is if we have malefic planet dashas, example Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, it can also hinder childbirth. So those are malefic planets, and it can promote to abortion and miscarriages. And sometimes females have to undergo surgery. Surgeries are ruled by Mars. So if I see dasha of Ketu, dasha of Saturn, it means that person can undergo surgeries. And Rahu also signifies diagnostic confusion. So, I will record another video for health issues where I can discuss this in detail. So let's first focus on a horoscope to show you example. So on your screen, you can see the first horoscope is for a couple, the male. So if you see his horoscope, he got his child under Rahu Dasha, as you can see on the screen. And the Rahu Dasha where his child was born was Rahu Venus Dasha. And if you see the fifth house, one of the rules says if Jupiter is sitting in fifth house, it is probably guaranteed that they will have a child. So in this person horoscope, Lord of ninth, which is luck, which is Venus, as ninth house is Taurus, that Venus along is Jupiter is sitting in fifth house, pretty much says that they will have a child. So that is very, very critical. And they had first child during Rahu Venus Dasha. And even if I see during Rahu coordinates, you can see on the screen for the male, the planetary configuration. So if you see the Rahu is showing 2, 5, 2 along with 9, which is a helping luck planet. So Rahu is not denying child. If I see Venus, again, Venus is also 2, 5, 2, 11. So again, it shows fulfillment of wishes, child, and family expansion. Now, if you see the wife's horoscope as well, it's very interesting to see she had the child under Rahu Jupiter Dasha as well. So if you see the Rahu, it shows the coordinates you can see. Dasha is Rahu Jupiter for her, which ran from 15th August 2017 all the way to 7th January 2010. And their child was born during that period. And in Rahu, you can see 211, 2 again is family, 11 fulfillment of wishes, 9th is a general luck planet supplementing it, though they have 1, 4, 10 at the same time. So yes, it is basically showing both the situations, but if I see sub-level 9, it means eventually they will have child, they will succeed. And since there is no 6 at 12 showing, there won't be any health issues or problem to the mother. Second thing is Jupiter, which is, Antradasha Lord. So Jupiter also is showing in Nakshatra level 211.9, 211.9. Yes, there is 1, 4, 10, but again, 211.9 plus, since it is a Dasha, Antardasha of Jupiter, which is significator of child, she has a child during that period without any health consequences. Now let's study the third horoscope of another person who's planning a child. So this female is undergoing Rahu Venus Dasha. So if you see the Dasha right now, Rahu is the major Dasha, Venus is the other Antardasha. You can see those on the screen. So if I see, first thing is Jupiter, where Jupiter is sitting. So Jupiter is sitting in the 9th house, which is the house of luck, and Jupiter is aspecting the 5th house. You can see, if you start counting from that, so you can see easily Jupiter is doing a 9th aspect to the 5th house, meaning she will have successful, pregnancy. At the same time, the reason of her challenges is delays. So if you see on the screen now the Navamsha chart for the lady, Navamsha is the chart we look, which is called D9 after marriage, which signifying relationships and all. So if you look at Navamsha chart for this female, you see Saturn and Moon sitting in 5th house. Saturn is the cause of delay in the childbirth. So if I see the same planets, Rahu is signifying as in the coordinates on the screen 2, 5, 2. Again, 5 is childbirth, 2 is kid. Though in nakshatra level they have 1, 10. A little bit of issues I can see that. And if I see Venus also, Venus signifying 11, 2, 2, 5. So at the end of the day, in current Dasha, she has probability between 29th January 2025 all the way 12th July 2025. If in this period, she has a good probability to conceive. If she can't conceive, the next good period she asked me would be Rahu Jupiter Dasha, which starts 11th January 2026. So Jupiter Antardasha will run all the way from 26 all the way to June 12th, 2028. So that is a good period for them to plan, because as I said, Jupiter is significator of children. Though some houses might not be indicated in the horoscope, but it has the blessing to give you a child. And another tool which we have as astrologer is to see the strength of Jupiter. So what we call is Grah Bal. If you see on the screen, Jupiter is showing, if you see the Shadbal table, it's like a bar chart. You see the strength of different planets. Jupiter is indicated by color red, showing strength of 408. Not bad. We can certainly strengthen this planet. And then we also look at the Bhavbal, which is the fifth house. If you see on the screen, Bhavbal is the house strength. Fifth house is showing in red the strength of 454. Yes, it is okay strength, but certainly if we improve certain, give it a boost by different remedies, it can assist the female. Another thing I notice is the fifth cuspal sublot in her horoscope is Saturn. And Saturn, as I said, shows delay, and it is a Bharni Nakshatra, which is actually bearer of life. So all in all, I think she can get a child born, because there are some delays because of the Saturn, and there are some weakness in certain planetary strength. If she do proper remedies, she do proper prayers, take care of her health, we can certainly pinpoint what dasha she can have a child. I hope you like the video. So if you know anybody looking to have astrology consultation, whether it's health, marriage, travel, career, business, feel free to reach out to me. Thanks for watching. God bless.